When Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga came out in 2003, it began a new era featuring the Plumber Brothers. It balanced humor, charm, and distinctive turn-based gameplay based on Paper Mario. Now, over 2 decades and various handheld sequels later, Nintendo and Acquired have teamed up to present us with Mario and Luigi Brothership, the next installment to the saga and the first of the series to be on a home console. Will it one-up the previous handheld experiences, or will it just be another game destined to sit on dusty shelves? Let's find out. The story begins when a mystical tornado isekais the iconic brother duo into the once unified land of Concordia. A land mysteriously ripped apart due to the sudden disappearance of the Uni-Tree and energy known as Connector. This split the land into islands and has isolated the people, causing rifts in families, lack of resources, and a distrust of outsiders. This is when Connie arrives. She's one of the few Watanists left in the world, a trained carer for the Uni-Tree. With the help of Mario and Luigi, Connie must nurture a new Uni-Tree and generate new Connector to rejoin the split lands and restore Concordia to its former glory. It's probably about now you may have clued on the world of Concordia is full of electrical puns. Concordia, Connector, Watanist. These little puns are littered throughout Mario and Luigi Brothership, and I will not apologize for the very childish chuckles they brought out of me every single time. Whimsy is wonderful, get with the program. There's a very Looney Tunes vibe to Brothership, especially in the cartoonish sound effects. Timing combat well provides an onslaught of satisfying pings, chimes, crunches, and smashes, rewarding the ears for the hard work put into beating enemies senseless. Ambient sound plays an important role in making environments of the islands feel alive. Soft winds, sand moving, and birds chirping all add that engagement. It's weirdly captivating hearing such good sound design alongside goofy graphics. It just lights up my inner child. Side note, the dialogue for the Concordia gang? Eerily similar to Animal Crossing's Animalese. Nintendo have upped the ante by bringing in Unreal Engine to deliver fresh, vibrant 3D environments and character models. It's bright, colourful, and as charmingly animated as Mario has always been, but I just don't love the look of it. I think the harder outlines take away from the soft plushness I've come to expect from Mario. Is that a nitpick? Maybe, but it's just not my vibe. What is my vibe is the open world design. The various islands you discover have been meticulously crafted to bring a twist to the table, whether that be puzzles, nature, or communities. My favourite was Lottacoin's Island. It was quite a shock to see such a vibrant city still exist on a small island, seemingly unaffected by the catastrophe that isolated it in the first place. My biggest gripe with Mario and Luigi Brothership was the dialogue, actually. I mean, yeah, it has its funny and serious moments, but it's often repeated or rephrased, so often so that I felt like an A-button automaton just going through the motions. Which was in stark contrast to the laundry list of gameplay mechanics being thrown at me. I felt like I was studying for a test, trying to track them all in the menu guides. Mario and Luigi Brothership uses the classic turn-based combat system fans of the older games will be familiar with the success of battles hinging on perfectly timed button presses during attack and defense turns. Done well, these provide a nice damage boost, guard boost, or counter. It takes practice to get the timing right, especially since the A button controls Mario and the B button controls Luigi. Get distracted and you'll easily press the wrong button at the right time, resulting in situations like these. Enemies will adjust to your attacks and change stances. Show-offs. These stances require different angles of attack, like jumping on their head or hitting them with an oversized hammer. If enemies protect their head, smack them with the hammer. If their head's unprotected, make them regret it with a classic Mario jump. But sometimes that's just not good enough, which is where the Bros attack comes in. These special attacks require more timed button presses, a certain amount of BP, which is basically mana, and both of the Mario brothers to perform. They deliver powerful strikes with turtle shells or special items that can turn the tides of battle and often supply double to triple damage. I'd advise saving special attacks for boss battles, as just like in real life, repeatedly slugging turtle shells can shorten fights significantly. During battles, enemies have different patterns of attack. some making feints, others moving slowly, while some line up for a turn at taking a slug at the brothers. Boss fights are genuinely difficult, almost a little too much so outside of the regular combat loop, which wasn't helped by the fact that on more than one occasion I lost because I'd spent too much money on my gear instead of buying items to help me, stay alive longer. Both are an important aspect to increasing your power. As you progress, you'll get access to gear and items via shops, hidden loot, or boss drops. This gear is super important as it increases your stats and sometimes provides useful passives, like this one that raises my defense stat every time I get hit by an enemy. Or these boots that have lifesteal. Items, on the other hand, are mostly there to keep you alive in battles longer, providing healing, BP replenishing, reviving a downed brother, or some can even cure you of negative stats given by enemies. Super useful stuff, but getting items and gear proved to be a bit of a grind. I started prioritizing gear because in my mind, win faster with better equipment equals no need to heal as much. And as we saw, that doesn't always work. Word of advice, just do a little grinding in lower level areas to get the money for gear and items you need, rather than being stubborn like me. A new introduction to the combat system are customizable abilities to modify the nature of your attacks called battle plugs. These modifications include critical strikes to flying enemies, easier dodging mechanics, and automatic mushroom eating upon low health. Since you get 2 battle plug slots to use, you can combine the effects to bring new abilities to the table. I combine the battle plug that drops spike balls on enemies when they take damage and the hammer shockwave battle plug to make an ability that does massive AoE damage. The shockwave damages multiple enemies, which triggers the spike ball ability to drop on every enemy damaged by the shockwave. There are heaps of combinations to be made, and I'm so curious what other people have managed to come up with. Brothership introduces a new mechanic called Luigi logic, which provides hilarious and helpful ideas such as smashing boxes for coins, squeezing through tight spaces, or coming up with plans to beat bosses faster. My favorite Luigi logic is joining hands with Mario and spinning super fast to form this Maruigi UFO thing that can fly short distances. It's very silly. Teamwork-based puzzle solving is also a big part of Mario and Luigi Brothership. Not surprising, given the title, really. These puzzles are seamlessly integrated into the environment, making use of both Mario and Luigi to solve, which I really enjoyed. After sailing through Mario and Luigi Brothership, it's clear Nintendo and Acquire have delivered a heartfelt, vibrant adventure that captures the brotherhood between Mario and Luigi super well. The blend of clever puzzle solving and strategic combat heavily outweighs the downfalls of the repetitive dialogue. It's an experience that left me thinking, I hope the next is better, but this is a good thing, even if it's not visually my cup of tea. Play.